Why are men afraid to open up to their woman?
Because men are afraid to open up to their women because they have been trained that it's not safe to do so.
Trained.
Women, yes, they have been groomed and trained by their past experiences and relationships with women that it's not safe to be vulnerable because a woman will throw it back in their face. I just did that video about how Shaquille O'Neal and Country Wayne were talking about how you can't ever be down to your woman, and the responses in the comments, and I was like, no, a man should be able to open up. There were so many men that were like, although this is a great thought, this is not how it is.
And it's funny because K. Michelle literally just did a post saying that how she feels like she's the man in the relationship if her man ever cries in front of her. I thought that was the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, how dare you?
That's why men don't feel safe to be vulnerable.
Welcome back. It is a new day. We thank the good Lord it's a new day. Thank God it is a new day. So good to see you again. Ladies and gentlemen, is this true? That's the focus of the topic today. As always, we're going to go through a series of videos trying to answer this question and try to educate ourselves and try to be better. That's the goal. We're trying to be better at this thing called relationship. You heard the lady. Men don't feel okay to be vulnerable. And what I say to that, if you're with someone and you cannot feel okay to be vulnerable, I don't think it's the right relationship. Something is wrong. Either you need to cut it off or you need to do some type of a counseling where you can get yourself to that point. It is a big part of a relationship to be able to open up to each other. Openness, for me, is the key to a successful relationship. Nothing hidden, no secrecy, nothing done behind each other's backs, especially in a committed relationship I'm talking about now. It's such a very big thing. And do not listen to the social media and people out there, the celebrities giving all this talks about you cannot do this. Most of them have jacked up relationships. Unfortunately, most of them don't know how to do relationships right. So you cannot use celebrities as your yardstick. It's your template. Their lifestyle cannot be what you use. We've got to do better than that. And we can see, evidently, most of them don't end up in successful relationships. So we should not really be listening to them. But as far as I know, openness, being vulnerable, is such a key part of a relationship. If you got to cry in front of your wife as a man for whatever's going on, please do that. If you got to do that as a woman, there should be no hidden traits, especially when you become one from a marriage setting. Nothing hidden. You are one. So what are you hiding? Let's not do that. That is a toxic relationship when you have to hide things and you cannot be yourself. You have to be able to be yourself. If you cannot be yourself, something is wrong. You've got to get help. Now, I'm not talking about a marriage because then if you're married, there are other steps you have to do. But I'm talking about those who are still trying to date, trying to figure somebody out. Is this who I want to be with? And you noticing those types of traits, cut it off. Do not waste somebody's time and do not let somebody else waste your time. Let's check out this next video. Please put your comments in the comment section below. And please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Let's go to this next video and see what they're talking about here.
I am not going to be in a bed with a man who can access my body. That is priceless, and I can't access a $89.99 or $499.99 Samsung or iPhone because you think that's a breach of your privacy. You keep your $500 phone over there, and I'll keep my priceless mind, body, and soul over here.
All right, wait. I'm lost, but not totally lost. First of all, that comparison, I'm not sure why we're making that type of comparison. Why are you using your body as a comparison leverage to access somebody else's phone? No, let's not do that. Your body is way worth more than a gadget. Okay, let's not do that. First things first. First of all, you should not be sleeping with someone you're not married to. Let's get that out of the way. And it will help save a lot of us from all of this nonsensicals and all these problems. Men, let's zip it up. And women, let's please close our legs. If you're not married to someone, they should not be having access to your body anyway. Forget about their phone. I don't even care if they have the most expensive phone. If that's all it takes for somebody to access your body, we got a bigger problem here. And secondly, if you're with someone, especially from a marriage standpoint, if you're dating someone, I'm not even sure why you're accessing somebody's phone. Why is this such a big deal? And why is the phone such a big problem? And if you're dating someone and you think you have the need to be accessing their phone to see who they're talking to, I think you already started on the wrong foot. And I think that you should not even be involved in that relationship. That's already messed up from the beginning. And then if you're married and then you're having problems about who your spouse is talking to, because it could be a man, it could be a woman. There's a bigger problem. You need counseling. You have to get to the bottom of it. Something else is going on, especially if you've seen other areas in your relationship as a married couple that are lagging behind. Maybe things they used to do before they're not doing. They used to come home at a certain time. They're not coming home. They run to the bathroom. I told you about a story. I'll tell a quick story. This guy, he was messing up big time in his marriage. And basically he was talking to some other people. All it took was his phone to ring. He could be in the shower with all the body wash and everything on him. He'll run out of the bathroom and run to go pick his phone. Most times he'll take it with him to the bathroom, but this particular day, he left it in the bedroom, and the wife was in the bedroom. The phone rings, and he ran out to go pick up the phone. Bro, what is it? Your wife should be able to pick up your calls. What is wrong with that? That's why you're husband and wife. Nothing hidden. So I totally disagree with what this lady's saying here. I understand what she's trying to say. If you can access my body, I should be able to access anything that pertains to you. But that leverage, that comparison, I don't think is the right one to do. Especially for people that are not married. If you're not married, no one should be accessing your body. And you should not be accessing anybody else's body. And don't make that comparison. If you can sleep with me, then I can access your phone. That's a bad business model. Your body is worth way more than that. Don't let anybody make that offer to you. They're not serious with you. They're not serious about you. I'll tell you another quick story, because I've also heard of men. I don't know if women do this or not, but I know about men. They may have multiple phones. So the phone he gives you to access may not be all the phones he has. You see how that's just a bad business model? That's just a bad deal. Just from every front. And just from a spiritual standpoint. It's not the right thing to do. Don't give up your body for somebody to access somebody's phone. What if he gives you a wrong phone? A phone that has nothing in it. But in his car trunk, I'm about to blow up some men's bubbles here. Some may have phones in their trunk, their car trunk, other phones. One woman, I know about this guy, the story I'm telling, this guy has 3 side chicks. It's got 3 phones, each phone for each one of them. So God help him to remember which phone he has to use when he's going to see somebody. But you get what I'm trying to say. You don't want to engage yourself in that bad deal. Please do not engage in that bad deal. I don't agree with what this lady's saying. Do not do that. If you have to be worried about who your spouse, your person, the person you're dating, the person you engage with, the person you're talking to, the person you're interested in, the person you're exclusive with, if you have to be worried about who they're talking to and you both not sharing, not open, there is a problem. Just know this is a phony. Just cut it off, especially if you're looking for something serious. They may not, so it might be okay with them to carry on. But if you're serious, you got to cut it off. Let's take a look at this next video.
How old are you?
I am, 33.
34.
How long you been together?
About
Almost
5 years.
Between the two of you, who would you say is the breadwinner? So let's say he loses his job today. How long do you think it would last before you'd have to dip out?
Never. Never. First of all, I'm committed 100%. Like this is my guy till the end of days. But also, he's a fucking hard worker. Like, I don't have to worry about him just being like, oh, I'm unemployed, sorry.
So ring or no ring, you're sticking it through with him.
No, there's a ring,
I
bro.
mean,
Check
there's
it
a
out.
ring. We've agreed we're not getting married. I told him, hey, like, I don't want to get married. It's not on my priorities. But if you want to tell me, like, hey, this is forever, I want a pretty ring, but we don't have to get married. So I got my ring, and we're done.
We don't need
Why
any
do I
kind of
need to get
papers.
signed papers involved?
Yeah. Government or church, they don't need to be involved. It was between me, her, and I, you know?
So what are some of the problems you'd run into with the government being married legally?
I don't necessarily say there's problems. I just don't see there's benefits.
How old are you?
I am,
Well, let me start by saying you cannot have a commitment without a commitment. You hear the story of these two people. They're saying, we're not married. We don't want to be married, but we are committed. Newsflash, there is no commitment. She was asked the question, if he loses his job, how long would it take before you did? It's all well and good to say, no, I'm committed now, today, because he still has his job. When the reality sets in, I can almost tell you that will not be the case. Please don't let anybody corner you into this. If you want to be committed, you have to do things the right way. From a Christian standpoint, you have to stand before God and people that would actually oversee the occasion. You have to exchange your vows. And the reason we're having all of these types of scenarios where people say, I don't need the government, I don't need the church, I don't need... A marriage is bigger than just a paper. It's not just a paper. The paper is just a symbol. The rings are just a symbol of the commitment. But you have to exchange those vows to solidify the marriage in front of God, in front of your people, in front of whomever. There has to be life witnesses to be recognized as a solidified commitment relationship called marriage. So what these people are saying, they're not serious. A lot of people, and this is why we find a lot of people dating for so long, many years. They say they're engaged for 5, 10, 12 years. What are you doing? You're wasting your time and everybody's time. And you're allowing somebody to waste your time. Be real. Don't get yourself caught up in this. Is this really true? Is this happening? Let me know what you think about this. I don't believe a thing. You cannot be committed with someone without having a commitment. Don't believe what they're just saying. All we know as humans is what we know today. We don't know tomorrow. And the good thing about making that vow, those exchange of vows and a commitment in a marriage setting, if you really want to be with someone, you always have a reference point. When things get tough, when you're tired, you could always go back to your vows. Hey, I made this commitment. We made this commitment. Let's keep going. If one is down today, the other is up, you pick each other up. It's a commitment. Love is beautiful, but commitment is stronger. That's what holds the relationship tight. So what these people are doing here, please do not go by that. I know a lot of people say it's just a piece of, it's way bigger than a piece of paper, and we know it. He could bounce off tomorrow and just leave. There is no commitment, and there's nothing to stop him or nothing to stop her. What they know today is what they know. People that got divorced after getting married, they never saw themselves. If they knew they were going to be divorced, they probably wouldn't get into it. So anybody can say anything today. We don't know what tomorrow holds. But it's always a lot better if we have a commitment in place as a reference point that we could always refer back to say, hey, we made our vows. Let's stick to it. And we will stick to it. Let me know what you think about this. I think this will help a lot of people. And do not allow yourself to be used. Women, Do not listen to men that tell you it's okay, let's just hook up, live together, and not be married. They're taking advantage of you. They're getting what they should be getting only after they've made a commitment to you. You don't want to sell yourself cheap because they will drop you like a hot potato. I can tell you that much. Commitment is always better. That's the right way to go. So let's just listen to this last guy, very short, and then we just wrap this up. I think it helps to kind of quantify and just breeze over everything else we've talked about today. And I think it helps to redirect our thoughts in the right direction as well. Take a look at this.
When I met my wife, it's like I just knew. Like, I didn't act like Cole anymore, who I used to be. I got nervous. I started on my words. I didn't act the same. I said I love you over text instead of in person. I didn't kiss her on the first date. I didn't act like I used to be. So it was like an internal shift. And I just knew, I'm like, okay, something about this person is changing who I am.
Wow, that's so beautiful. And I agree with him. When you meet that one that makes you, some call it butterflies. I don't know what it is for me, but I just knew it. There was that piece inside of you. Yeah, you know you're different. You do different in a good way. They're making you do things the right way. You heard this guy. He was never the same. He wasn't acting like his normal self. He was doing things out of his normal character, but in a good way. That's a signal that you've met the right one. Is this true? Is this true for you? If you've met the right one, let us know in the comment section so you can help others. We're here to help each other out. This is a big, big, good family here. So, ladies and gentlemen, is this really true? We went through a series of videos. What do you think? Drop your comments, whichever one hits you the most, or if all of them hit you, what are your thoughts? Please put in the comment section below and let us help each other out. Hey, we're about to wrap this up, and you know how we like to do. We just like to remind ourselves that we always remember we got one life with many seasons. I'll be coming back with more pieces. You know how we like to do it. God bless you. And I'll see you soon. You take care now. Bye for now.